So operant conditioning is similar to classical conditioning, except that it's a focus on rewards or reinforcement and punishment. Instead of a conditioned stimulus coming first, reinforcement comes afterwards. So rather than the association being between an unconditioned stimulus and a conditioned stimulus, it's simply that the behavior is increased because of the reward comes after it, or it's decreased when the punishment comes after. Burris Frederick Skinner, B.F. Skinner, was most known for work on operant conditioning. Thorndike had a similar approach, but he used different terminology, and so we're going to focus on B.F. Skinner. B.F. Skinner was a radical behaviorist. I'm going to talk a little bit more about him later on. He is probably most known for developing the Skinner box, which allows us to train animals in operant conditioning. You have the cage where you've got a lever that by pressing the lever releases a food pellet, or the one I used once upon a time released water. The one problem with this, of course, is that the animal has to be hungry or thirsty for this to work. They don't learn nearly as fast if they're not hungry. So notice that there is also an electric grid where they can give a shock to the rat, which would be the punishment that's used. The speaker actually allows the speaker and the light actually allow them to combine classical and operant conditioning. So you can actually teach the rat to press the lever when the white light is on, and it'll get food. If it presses the lever with the red light, it could get the electric shock. So we can combine it to really complicate how this is done. They do it with rats, they do it with pigeons, and the first thing you have to do is what's called shaping. Shaping is where you reward successive approximations. So first the rat looks at the lever, and then you give it a food pellet, or when I did it was a drop of water. Then the rat you want to up the ante a little bit, so the rat has to actually walk toward the lever, and they press it. Sorry, they don't have to press it. They just have to walk toward it, and then you give them manually the water or the food. The next time you want them to touch it, I was absolutely amazed that we did it, that after just 3, the rat actually figured out how to press the lever and get a drop of water. It was truly amazing. What's interesting is that you can put a rat on a schedule so that maybe they get, as I said before, you can complicate it. So you could give it you can make it so that the rat gets food every time they press the lever, maybe every other time, every 10th time, or you could make it random. Now, which would you think would lead the rat to press the lever the most? It turns out that it's the random one, because they never know if they're going to get food, so they have to keep pressing that lever again and again and again. What's interesting is that humans kind of do this all the time. When you're waiting for the elevator, and you know very well that you press the button, you can even see the light on a lot of times, but you just in case, you go press the lever again, and it's sort of as if we've been trained that we never know when the stupid elevator is going to come, so we keep pressing it. What's interesting is that Skinner developed a Skinner box for his kids, and there's been all sorts of stories about this. It turns out that maybe it's not quite as abusive as it seems it might be, because actually he was trying to keep his babies warm. that they didn't want to spend, or the heating oil was very expensive, so in a small space, it creates warmth, and if you've ever had babies, they just kick the blankets off. So by keeping his young children closed in the box, they would stay warmer. And of course, there is a lever so that they can open the door. But this has led to a lot of great rumors about what's gone on with Skinner training his own children in a Skinner box.